Shalom. Before I begin, I want to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, Bahashem meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai being the true name of the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls JC, Rachah HaKodash being the Holy Spirit. Next, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and teachers of Great Millstone that teach and rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. This video is going to be going into alms, giving alms, and to ultimately not be afraid to give alms, okay, specifically to brothers, in the body, the members of the hopeful elect. Do not be afraid to give alms, bro. Okay? Because ultimately, when you give to a brother, who are you ultimately giving to? You're giving to Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? When you help a brother, you are helping the Lord. Alright? You are allowing the Lord to use you to bless a brother. Okay? Because that's what we have to. Before I continue, let's get this precept real quick. This is Matthew 25 in verse 35. It says, I'm going to get an NLT. For I was hungry and you fed me. And this is red letter, Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger and you invited me into your home. I was naked and you gave me clothing. I was sick and you cared for me. I was in prison and you visited me. Then these righteous ones will reply, Lord, when did we ever see you hungry or feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink, or a stranger and show you hospitality, or naked and gave you clothing? When did we ever see you sick or in prison and visited you? And the king will say, I tell you the truth. When you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you were doing it to me. All right? And that's the point. What you do to a brother, a sister that believe on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, sincerely and truthfully, you are doing it to the Lord. Okay, what you do to a member of the hopeful elect, you are doing to the Lord, bro. Okay? Whether that be you give a brother your last sandwich or your last omelet or whatever it is, whether you give a brother your time, okay, a ear to listen, all right, because it's not always physical things that you can giving alms, okay. Just you listening to a brother vent, that's giving to the Lord, bro. Okay, whatever it may be, all right, you're ultimately giving to the Lord, all right, and that's what you have to remember. Okay, you have to remember that. Another thing you have to remember is that the Lord may give you something. The Lord may give you something just so that you can give. Okay? The Lord may have you have certain things and it not be for you. It may be for another brother. Alright? But the Lord set it up to where you were open to receiving that. The Lord set it up to where He opened you up to receiving that just so that He can bless another brother through you. Okay? And it may be something that the Lord gave you 2 years ago. Okay? And now it's meant for you to give that thing you had 2 years ago to a brother. Okay? That's how the Lord sets things up sometimes, bro. Okay, but when it's time for you to give that thing, alright, give it openly, bro. Okay, don't give it in a lack mindset of, oh, I need this, I want to save it for me. Okay, don't give it in that mindset. Give it openly, bro. Okay? Let's get this real quick. This is the book of Tobit, chapter 4 and 7. It says, give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious, neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of the Most High shall not be turned away from thee. Okay, so If you have something and you know a brother need it, don't turn your face away from that brother, bro. Okay, don't turn your face away from that brother saying, "Oh, I need this. I know he need it, but I may need it more." Okay, I may need it more. All right, that's what you call a lack mindset. Okay, when you thinking you're lacking something. All right, no. Okay, if you have this truth, you don't lack anything. If you have the names of Yahweh Shemel Shai, you don't lack anything. You are abundance. You are abundant. Okay, and that's in the scriptures going to that. Okay, how in the last days these other people shall be weeping and mourning, but we shall be merry and have abundance, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, well, that abundance starts now. Okay, it starts within. Okay, we have to change our mindset from being lack to abundance, bro. Okay, and the way you do that, you can do that first by praying, but also by giving. Okay, giving to the brothers, because when you give, the more you give, the more you realize that it's Yahweh Shem Shai that's in control of all things. Okay, you may give something to a brother, and then the very next day, the Lord give you something. All right, that's just how the Lord works. Okay, this is Tobit 4 and verse 8. It says, "If thou hast abundance," that's the spirit, because we was just talking about that. "If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou hast but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little." Okay, so if you have abundance, okay, all right, give abundantly. Okay, and if you have little, don't be afraid to give that little you have, bro, because that little you have can go a long way. Okay, for you and that brother, bro. Okay, the Lord sees that you gave. Okay, you had faith, and you gave to that brother your last. Okay, the Lord gonna give you abundance, bro. Okay, and however way that it comes to you. All right. It says, and that goes for anything, bro. That goes for wisdom, knowledge. That goes for physical things. Okay, and that also goes for your presence, bro. All right, for anything, bro. Okay, verse 9. It says, "For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity." Okay, so you giving alms, that puts you in a good eye. That puts you in a good position with the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. It says, "Because that alms do deliver from death, and suffer not to come into darkness. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High." So you giving alms puts you in the good sight of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay, and what's the highest alms you can give? It's ultimately the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the spiritual alms. Okay, because that's the purest form of love, bro. All right, is to this wisdom and knowledge that the Lord has given you, the spiritual wisdom and knowledge that the Lord has given you. You sharing that to the brothers, to the hopefully elect, that is giving alms, bro. Okay, and that not only helps that brother, but that helps you, because the Lord sees that. All right, the Lord sees your charity, bro. All right, let's get this real quick. This is the book of Tobit, chapter 12 and 9, verse 8. It says, "Prayer is good with fasting, and alms and righteousness. A little with righteousness is better than much with unrighteousness. It is better to give alms than to lay up gold." Okay, so if you have something to give, or if you have something, all right, don't just let it, for example, let's say money. Okay, it is better to give that money than to just let it sit and not be of any use. All right, this is Sirach 9:29 and verse 10. It says, verse 9, it says, "Help the poor for the commandment's sake, and turn him not away because of his poverty. Lose thy money for thy brother and thy friend, and let it not rust under a stone to be lost. Lose thy money for thy brother and thy friend, and let it not rust under a stone to be lost. Okay, so meaning give. Okay, if you have it, give it. Don't just let it sit there. You saving up, you saving up, you saving up. What you saving up for, bro? This place about to be destroyed. Okay, so instead of just saving up for it to be ultimately burnt up, okay, or you lose access to it because you're not gonna get the MOTB, okay, instead of doing that, give it, bro. While it's still a chance to give it, bro. Instead of letting it rust, okay, and letting and instead of letting it be lost, okay, put it to use, all right, by giving it, all right, to a brother, bro. All right, it ain't no point in saving it, all right, and that investment right there, giving it to a brother is better than investing it in the stock market or investing it in the business. Okay, why? Because when you give your alms to a brother, when you invest your alms into a brother, all right, you investing into the Lord, bro. Okay, and that's something that is 100% profitable. Okay, investing into the Lord, bro. All right, no other stock is 100% guaranteed profitable. Okay, not that XRP, not that Nvidia, all right, not the S&P 500, none of that, bro. But investing into the Lord, that is 100% profitable, bro. Okay, and in due time, the Lord will repay you back. All right, like Scripture say, as a man soweth, that shall he reap. All right, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, but back in Tobit 12 and 9, it says, "For alms doth deliver from death." Okay, alms doth deliver from death. All right, when you least expect it. Okay, the Lord going, oh, you gave him that alms? Oh, yeah. Well, I seen your work. Now I'm going to deliver you out of the hand of your enemies. Okay? You giving alms on this side, and you giving alms right now, and when Jacob's trouble fully manifests, the Lord may have it to where you break out of a FEMA camp. Okay? The Lord may have it to where you break out of a guillotine because your faith and because all the alms that you did for his men. Okay? All the investments that you made for the Lord. All right? Your time, your energy. Okay? The Lord is going to repay you for that, and you have to have faith in that, bro. The Lord is going to repay you for all the energy you put in to him. Okay? Whether that be you studying, whether that be you building up a brother, whether that be you praying, fasting, whatever it may be, bro, the Lord sees your works. His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. All right, the Lord sees you, bro. You just got to have faith in that. All right, it says, "For alms doth deliver from death, and shall purge away all sin. Those that exercise alms and righteousness shall be filled with life." Okay, so alms is a very, very, very beautiful thing, a part of this ministry, bro. Okay, because it not only helps the person you're giving to, but it helps yourself. Okay, it helps the Lord, bro. All right, and that's part of our job or our lot as a brother, as a member of the hopefully elect. Okay, that's part of our lot is to give alms. Okay, and some brothers may give more alms than other brothers, and that's okay, bro. But as long as we striving for that, okay, as long as we striving for it, bro, okay, because certain times you're gonna be up, certain times you're gonna be down, but hey, through the spirit and power, how about shit? It's all through the spirit, bro. All right, it's all through the spirit. And what do I mean by that? Is that it's the Lord working through you to give. All right, that's what you really have to remember, and that's what you have to really meditate upon, that, because that's heavy, bro. It's not you giving, it's the Lord using you to give. Okay, it's the Lord using you to give. All right, and that's beautiful in itself. Okay, but let's get this real quick. All right, this is the book of Matthew 6 and 1. It says, "Take heed that you do not do." It says, "Take heed that you do not your alms before men to be seen of them. Otherwise, you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven." Okay, so don't do your alms to brag about it, to boast about it, or to make yourself, to give praises to yourself. Okay, no. When you do alms, hey, call out Yahweh Shemel Shai. Hey, pull the brother to the side. Hey, bro, this, you feel me? This is for you real quick. All right? You don't do it to brag about yourself. Oh, yeah, I gave you. Yeah, bro, if you in that spirit, bro, that's the fucking nigga spirit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. All right? But if we continue reading verse 2, it says, therefore, when thou doest thou alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. Okay, so do your alms in secret, bro, with a pure heart, with a pure mind. Okay, not being jealous when you give your alms, not being in a lack mindset of, oh, I gotta get this, this for me and me only, I can't get this. No, bro, you gotta have that abundance mindset, the abundance mindset of, oh yeah, the Lord is using me to use. Okay, I know the Lord gonna provide for me for any situation I'm in. Okay, I'll get this to a brother. The Lord may give it back. The Lord may and double it, increase it 100-fold. The Lord may do whatever. Okay, you gotta have a more of an abundance mindset, bro. All right, speaking to myself first and foremost. All right, but yeah, man, that was pretty much the point. Okay, don't be afraid when you give it your alms, bro. Okay, because ultimately it's not even you, it's the Lord using you to give, bro. All right, but Lord willing, somebody got something out of this video. Lord willing, it was edifying to the body in some type of way. All right, till next time I say shalom, abba, baba, kwam, yasharella.